Hey everybody, we are back for our first side quest of season 2. I'm pretty excited. We got a bunch of new music from Norse Foundry. We got a bunch of new maps. I mean, it's going to be a wild season. If you missed the season 2 start, you should check that out. This is going to be taking place before it by probably like a month or so, maybe longer. And we are going to be joined by Oliver and Voss. We haven't had them on screen together for a side quest since, I think, yeah, they're in my ears, since the first side quest. So let's get us in. I didn't even think about that till now. That is fucking amazing. Yeah, you guys have the first side quest for the 2 seasons. So we are doing something kind of special. We're back on a ship again for the first fucking episode. Holy crap, are we repeating ourselves?
No, I guarantee this episode will be different.
So this is right before the beginning of season 2. The boys are heading into the depths of the Arkdois Crater. The crater was caused by a meteor storm that hit, I think it was 4 years ago. At this time, the crater was caused by the largest meteor impact. During that time, it rained down these aberrations into cities. They dealt with one of them and a swarm of them, I think in like episode 5, which were the Akata, one of my favorite monsters created by Paizo. These lion, dog, alien-like creatures that can't see, but they feel tremors and sense stuff, can only be hurt by salt water. The actual mine itself, or the crater, is being mined out by tons of different organizations because no one knows who owns it anymore, and everyone's afraid to go in because the tides rose really high, fell in the crater, and they haven't left. One of these such groups is the Carrion Cross, which is Voss's family, which I don't think we've seen much of your family on screen or airtime or anything like that. So I'm pretty pumped for that. We'll be taking the Whisper out, the new improved Whisper. And then that's just because it's faster. And then if you saw the first episode, the Whisper's getting serious upgrades in the coming future. So yeah, I know Alan's super excited. We have some new ship combat rules that we're going to bring into effect later in the season. But today, I've already frightened Alan before the show, as the group is going to be diving off the Whisper on retractable cables down into the bottom of the Arkdois crater to meet Valkor's mother. So I apologize in advance. Drew, you're familiar with this. You played a Bleak Knot back in the day, a retired Bleak.
That was Todd.
That was Todd.
That was
oh,
Todd.
Todd. Retired Bleak Knot back in the day. You've been around them. You know how they work. This is similar. You're going to get strapped into those old Bell diving suits, so you'll be armored. I will tell you they are heavy armor.
I will ask, like, would the Whisper have suits, or would it have just a bathysphere?
No, because if you needed to get out and do... it would probably have a bathysphere. That would probably make more sense, actually, than diving suits, because they're cheaper.
Yeah, like we never actually talked about it, because like the suits are fucking expensive,
hey,
and
this is what this is for.
You gotta have a lot of internal shit done in order to use one.
Hey, Alan. I'm assuming it's bathysphere and not a set of suits, right? Because the suits mean you have to alchemically treat yourself before you go in. You don't have to be in the locked suits. You don't have to be in the Iron Maiden versions, but you definitely have to be alchemically treated before you go in. You get wrapped like a mummy with alchemical treatments before you dive in. Or you can just be in the sphere, get to the bottom, walk out with your daylight lantern, and technically you're okay, as long as your daylight lantern doesn't break. But you're diving to a site. Voss, I'm assuming Voss feels totally confident.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It'll be great. He literally grew up doing this shit.
So part of me feels like it's a shitty hand-me-down ship that Oliver got. It should be a bathysphere, but part of me thinks, but Hastings money, he might have suits. But we're gonna go with bathysphere.
Bathysphere? Okay, bathysphere.
Yeah.
So what does it look like? It's attached to the Whisper. It's an old thing. I think the setting scene for us is that trip down, which is slow. So just like the bends, it's similar. You have to descend slowly, not because you're worried about like getting crushed by the tides, because you have to test your daylight to make sure it's strong enough to keep the tides at bay. So think of it like a moth to the flame. When you turn daylight on, you start going down into this dark depths of just like inky black shadows washing over it. You have to make sure your light works because everything is attracted to it.
So there's no diving suit, but I think the bathysphere has a top and bottom daylight lantern for redundancy in case one fails.
Oh yeah,
and one inside.
Usually the way it works is you bring one with you or more. And I would assume for this case, you both have war lanterns, daylight war lanterns. You can pick the tip that's on it, the spike, I don't care. For in the tides, the most common thing used is salt or silver.
Yeah.
So you do have a salt mine that you now have access to some very good salt. If you'd like to use one of those cards to make salt spikes for these, you're welcome to do so. That means like ethereal creatures, ghost, phantoms, things like that. You can use the salt to at least disperse them. The strength of the salt determines how long they are dispersed for.
I would actually just have a regular lantern.
Why? The war lantern you can like stick and hang and do stuff. It doesn't matter. Don't fight with it. Hang it off your
true.
Hang it off your staff. You don't have to use it as a weapon. They were really made for utility more than anything else.
That's true. Yeah, he'll probably have a salted one then.
Okay. What level salt would you like, sir? You have so you have a bunch of regular salt. You have a decent amount of holy rock salt. You have two large chunks of sea salt, and you have one Nodaric chunk of salt.
Wouldn't use the Nodaric. Probably use the sea salt.
Okay. What about yours, Alan? Is yours going to have salt, or are you going to go with a different material for the spike?
Cold iron.
Oh, okay. So you have a cold iron spike on yours. Drew, so you know you have salt. If you attack anything that's not a spirit with it, there's a chance that it breaks. Just as a heads up. So like if you stab a person, you roll, and there's a chance that it shatters on you. I'll give you those difficulties basing on the salt once we do it. So what does the inside of this sphere look like going down? I'm assuming it's like a bell with a flat bottom, so it kind of lands. Or feet, maybe even. Because I think, weren't they normally like a pyramid shape, flat bottom, and they had like nodules on the bottom, so when they land, they had like feet? Or were they a full circle?
No, it's literally a sphere.
Okay.
Because the sphere is the shape that can take the most pressure when you go down.
Pressure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
structural
sense.
integrity wise.
And if yours is an old version, pre-sundering when there was water, it would be a sphere. New ones wouldn't have to be. The new ones are probably shaped more like a pendulum, so that they land and stick. Because there's no pressure.
This is a sphere.
Okay.
On the inside, it's probably been retrofitted to be a little bit more comfortable, even if there's concerning gauges for like depth.
All that stuff.
Level of tides.
The fucking leather bench just around the inside, you just walk in and sit down on.
And my question to you, Voss,
It's red felt.
It's red felt. Voss, have you at any point in time redone these gauges to do anything else? You've been on the ship for over a year now. Like, did you turn one into like a tides meter for like how strong the tides are? Did you turn one into a negative energy reader? Shit like that.
Yeah, we'd probably have. I probably would have fitted some type of something to the bottom lantern as a tide meter to like kind of like as a thermometer.
Yep. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Basically, it would have us. It would show us. It would be like think like LED. Wiring. Basically, we would see the brightness of the lantern on the readout.
So let's say you got the old gauge, right, that has the needle. I think you just make cutouts in the frame in the background, and as it lights up, there's a cover piece that moves to show you how much of the light's available. That's what the old retro versions would look like. And then for the tide meter, I think it fills with tides based on how much dark tides get past the light outside to give you an idea of how strong it is. If there's nothing in it, everything's pushed away. And as it fills up that jar in there, that meter, you know if it's full, you're fucked. Don't get out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like funnels it in. All right. So you guys are sitting in is bathysphere, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep.
But you guys are both sitting inside of the bathysphere. And the red old velvet benches, it's like a circle that goes around like a crescent moon. As you guys are sitting in it and it's going down. Are you bringing anyone else with the two of you from the crew?
No.
Okay. So heading down,
At least unless the captain wants it, but I'm like, it's just gonna be you and me, mate. It's we're going to my family's ship. I don't want anybody else on that for right now.
And I absolutely respect that decision.
all right. So who out of your crew, Alan, would be sending you guys down?
100% the bosun.
Okay. So the bosun goes, all right, Cap. So I know we haven't done this in a while. You've trained, but we ain't tested this girl in quite some time.
No, I forgot we don't have a bosun.
Oh, he's dead.
That's why we need the lieutenant.
Okay. So then it's the twins.
It's the twins.
Oh my god.
So Penelope and Petunia outside. They're like, all right, Cap, we have done this numerous times. We know the depths. We know what's going on. The other one goes, we definitely know what's going on. We sure do. So have you tested this thing lately? Because you know the tides sometime corrode the wood away, and they don't really survive like they used to. And those eel riders sneak in, and as they pull it, the face appears in the side of the wood, and she goes, which one was the one that did the wood? Was it Petunia? Petunia goes, what we're trying to tell you is that the tides get in, we can't help you while you're down there. And you see the wood moving in the wood. Don't worry, structural integrity is okay while I'm doing this.
This is my first time being in a bathysphere. I'd rather not be talking about the fact that I'm
okay. So
by
we recommend.
Wait, hold up. What exactly do you mean you can't do anything for us? Like you can't pull us back out?
Oh, no, I can do that. We just can't, like, teleport you or, like, save you. We can pull you up, though.
Right.
It takes roughly to get down to the bottom of the crater about 15 to 20 minutes. Pulling you up, it's a little faster, but, you know, maybe 5 to 10, depending on if you're willing to damage equipment. And she, like, you can hear her, like, she turns her face, she says something through the wall you can't see, and she says, my sister says that your crank is very weak, so probably still about 10 minutes to get up.
Understood.
Do me a favor, love. Make sure we put this on the to-do list for later.
It's been on the to-do list for over a year.
Why haven't I seen that list?
Because it's on the 4th page, and you only get 1 page at a time, and we're still working through the 1st page. This thing's old.
I understand that, love, but you gotta put things in order of operation here, like order of importance.
We did. The first thing on the page is a new bosun.
I can't argue with that. All right,
An
let's
engineer.
go.
And then for a while, we had a new captain, because we didn't know if Oliver was coming back.
Right.
Oh, and then we're kind of arguing about the fact that, like, I think the engine is good, the new Spirit, but my sister doesn't. And you see her face get pulled back. She's like, my sis says we got to go.
I'll see you when I surface again.
If you need me, just knock on the hall, and I will appear inside the bathysphere, but not outside, because that's just not a good idea.
Understood.
So as it goes down, you hit like the 5-minute mark, you see the inky blackness start to fill that round old gauge up at the halfway point, meaning that your lanterns need to be at least a level 5 to keep the tides at its maximum distance away from you, which is 20 foot.
Hey, Voss, what level?
We would have the most powerful lanterns we could have.
Right, they're level 10s. That's the most powerful you can get right now.
Okay.
You get down to the bottom part, and it fills up almost the top, meaning this is somewhere between like a level 7 to a level 9 tide down here.
Oof.
The windows are black after like 2 foot from the bathysphere.
Great.
And you hear rumblings outside. Things bump the bathysphere and it like fucking wavers like a pendulum. There's no seatbelts in this bitch. Yeah. Remember motion sickness when there used to be water?
No, I've never known that.
Sorry, just
My mom does.
So, as it gets down, you get near the bottom. I'm assuming the floor in this thing has a window, right? So you can see when you're near the bottom to like pull a lever to ring the bell to stop.
No. It would, in a normal ancient old ass bathysphere, it would be a single window where the door is.
Oh,
Or the
so
hatch is.
so it comes down and all of a sudden it just goes boom.
It would just fly about the cabin.
Her face appears back in it. She's like, I'm so sorry. The distance was off by about 10 foot. Sorry for the impact. We tested first, but we pulled it up. My sister mismeasured the rope.
I'm just glad this is a solid piece of cast steel.
You look down, there's a crack in the floor.
Fuck.
Right. Look at the gauges. Like with what we have, is it safe to get out?
For your level 10 lanterns, yes, it's safe to get out. The light's only going to go out to about 20 foot and maybe dim light 10 to 20 past that. Normally these lanterns push 60, but because of the strength, it actually reduces the light radius. If it goes up another level, it'll go down by another 10.
Great.
So,
Wait, so you said we're level 7 to 9, but we have level 10 lanterns, so they should be at full.
nope. When you step out, they are not.
Remind me to double check the calculation or the calibration on this meter that we installed, because
There was no level 10 gauges back when this shit was made.
this shit ain't right.
Yep.
We should be seeing a lot more out of this. Okay, so open the door.
Okay, boom, and your daylight, like the tides hit it, and it swings your lantern in your hand.
All right. Go ahead and hang that on my staff.
Okay.
All right. Come on, mate. Let's go.
Holding the lantern forward and just walking.
So as you get out and start
Walk out,
making your
close
way,
the door behind us.
making your way through, my question to all of you is who navigated the drop site out of the crew and the two of you to make sure you dropped in the right spot for how far you are from the site?
The navigator.
And who is that? And what? And are they good at it?
Was Petunia and Penelope on the navigator?
Perfect. They already mismeasured the depth. Let's see how they did here. So the light's out. You should be within like 50 foot of it, and you start walking in the direction that they say it was at. And you walk for like 150 foot away from the bathysphere. You can no longer see the light on the bathysphere when you stop marching. Like, okay, we're pretty far from this thing. Do you want to go further?
How far are we from it?
About 100 foot. Because I figure the light from the bathysphere and light from that eventually just dims out to where you cannot see the bathysphere anymore at about 100 feet.
Hang on 1 second.
Sure.
Don't
I
think.
suppose I should be thankful that the sisters didn't put us through the deck of the Carrion Cross.
Oh, yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That would have been a moment.
That would have been fucking horrific.
So. I would say.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and, well, sure, why not?
I think
We'll try
survival.
that
Well,
first.
I would say survival or pilot lore. I would give you a pilot lore check if you want to do that, Alan, because you are a pilot. You know where you should be.
I am an
I'm just while he's doing that, I'm gonna inside of 120 feet because that's the range on message. I'm gonna target my mother and be like, "Mom, can you give a knock on the hull or something so we can hear where we're at? Because I can't fucking see this ship."
So message goes out to 120 foot in a radius around you. There is no response.
27 on the pilot roll.
27. Looking at this, what this should have been originally, you are guessing you're probably within 120 of it, but it might be on the wrong side of the bathysphere when you came down. There's two cables that kind of keep it steady, but it's old, or they were over one way too far or the other.
So,
It's gonna be a 23 survival for me.
Okay. What did you say, Alan?
judging by the calculations, are we too far to the north side, and we need to go to the south side?
You would think it would. You think you guys got down, went out to the west of it, because basically it came off the ship and you went west. You're guessing it's probably east on the other side. Looking at the surrounding, you can see one of the big, what would be the basalt style stalactites that come out, or stalagmites that come out of the ground here that we discussed in the last episode. Pink at the top, it's black down here, and you can see little holes with eyes peering out. Like you're deep. You're like over 100 and something foot underground right now. Actually, I take that back. You're 1,200 foot under the ground here. This is deep because you're near impact zone.
We need to go the other way.
Right. Turn around and walk back.
Turn around. As you go through, once in a while, something hits the outer edge of the light dome as you're going through the darkness, and the lanterns will shake. One time, traveling back past the bathysphere, your lantern on, I think, Oliver's. On Oliver's, you got the Fey, right? The dark, can't talk. Cold iron spike. Your lantern flickers once and snuffs for a second and comes back. And you both have level 10s.
Does that mean
That's
that
not
there's Fae around?
No. Voss, do you want to give me a roll on the tides? Oliver too, if you want. That usually falls under, I think it's arcane is what we've been doing for it, right? Unless you have a Tides lore. If you have the Dark Tides lore, then you would roll under that.
That's a 12.
No idea. Voss?
You want arcane?
Yep, probably.
24.
If it snuffed it, that means something in the area was pushing the tides at a rate strong enough, like swimming by, to force it into the bubble, which would cause his light to flicker.
Should we run?
It'd be like yes, the ocean
No.
may be strong, but when a current hits you, it's stronger.
Gotcha. But no, we should not run. We should continue walking at a casual pace.
Oh, you don't want to run? I'm all about the running. If you want to run down here. Voss, do you know what happens when you run? Do you remember? Do you remember what happens when you run?
No. But I know what happens when you run if something's hunting you.
No, if you run in the tides and the tides are strong as the lantern is stronger, you have to make rolls for your lantern to keep up.
Oh, then no, we definitely don't want to run.
You can do it, it's just a chance. So you walk, you go back the other way 120 foot. Are you going to message again or are you just going to walk until you think where it should be?
When we hit the bathysphere, I'll message again.
You message again and you would get a response from your mother. She's like, y'all late.
Yeah, we went the wrong way.
Oh, you've been
Our
surface.
navigators.
You've been surface born too long, kid.
Well, our navigator put us in the wrong spot. But Mum, there's something we've got pretty strong lanterns, and one just snuffed out for a second. The one that's got the cold iron spike. There's something swimming around out here.
Oh, yeah, of course there is. You didn't know? This is dangerous. I was surprised you all wanted to come down here.
Well, I mean, I missed you.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna miss what's down here.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'll see
why
you.
don't I get to the ship so we can figure that out?
I'll see you shortly. Keep walking.
Which way am I going?
I'll send out one of the sisters. And eventually in the distance you see a light. There's maybe like a
got it.
5-foot globe of light. That's it. And she's walking through these tides with something that's shoving her lantern into 5 foot.
Got it. Yeah.
She comes out.
We won't run, but we'll pick up the pace a little bit just to get to her.
What's your sister's name?
Which one is she?
Don't care. Pick one.
Would this have been the? Actually, it would probably be the Tide/engineer
Okay. What do you want to name her?
that did this, just because
Short,
her name
Vogue-like
is
name.
Eis, E-I-S-S. Typical Vogue name.
East comes out. Her whole right hand side of her is dyed in like ethereal blue feathers. She walks up and she goes, "Hey brother, how fucking you been doing?
Eis.
Who's this pretty fuck?"
Oh, you like that? Yeah, this is me, mate.
I mean,
He's actually
I do like my pink skins.
Calm down. He is single, but calm down. Look, now this is.
Oh, you single?
This is.
Hey, brother.
This is.
Voss.
Hey, let me introduce. Shut up. Let me introduce you so I can do this right. This is, and I wink at her. I'm like, this is Captain Oliver Hastings.
You're a captain. That means you have your own bed. I don't have to fuck in front of my siblings. I'm kidding. We don't do that shit. We ain't hillbillies. We're fine. So exactly, what are you the captain of? A small vessel? A single boat?
Oh no,
A two-manner?
He's proper.
Oh, you're
Captain Oliver
proper.
Hastings.
Oh, you dropped your last name. She goes, I ain't ever heard of Hastings.
Well, you're the one. Come on, let's get the fuck out of here. It's dark and dreary and nasty. Also, your lantern needs work. And I walk in so that she can get to, like, get some of the volume of ours.
So she holds her lantern up. She goes, this one? Oh, no, it turns up. I just don't like to be seen that much. And she turns it and it goes out to 20 foot.
And as Voss
Oh,
had
good.
I
Good.
begin heading back. Oliver's just left standing there for a second. Of the whisper, in service of the hand of, and he just begins walking.
She walks up and she pokes the air marshal pin that's got the 2 wings on it. She goes, yeah, true faith boy.
Yes.
So do you pray morning, noon, and night? Do you pray for your meals? How do you get your water? Can you make water? If you can make water, we are short right now.
I am more in service to the hand of it.
Nah, fuck, you're no good. And she walks by you before you finish.
And Marshal Love, he's not a water priest.
I know, but we short on water down here. Our supplies were ravaged. You'll see. Boat ain't working either.
What?
Oh yeah, Carrion Cross is more like a burial site. You'll see.
Come on, mate. Start walking.
Yeah, cute though. You are cute. And she just keeps walking.
Just come on.
So when you get into it, one of the brothers comes up, you see like, you don't see lights right away, but you see the shine of like armor and wrenches, and then you see the Carrion Cross. What does the Carrion Cross look like? Is it like scavenged, pieced together?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it is actually in the shape of a cross. The front end is the long end, and then there are 2 like crane/gun turrets.
Come off the
They're on the outside, and then the wheel is back up here raised. But it is armored by scrap. Like it looks like a Vulg ship, but it was
like
salvaged.
piecemeal.
Yeah, but it was salvaged off of this huge like it was basically a gunship that went down.
So when you walk up, the one side crane is detached and has been built on top of a building. And there is a hole that the crane goes down into. And there's like struts and supports built around it, almost like a mine shaft.
Okay.
And then it is landed, and the whole side of it is peeled open into a makeshift, like, tent of metal with light on the front and light in the back, and it goes into the ship.
Ace, what the hell happened here?
We got attacked by this huge 2-headed fucking monstrosity. Tore a hole in our ship.
A 2-headed
Is
monstrosity.
everyone all right?
Meh. For the most part.
What do you mean a 2-headed
Come on.
monstrosity?
Oh, yeah. A lion face, numerous tentacles. It was large enough to grab the ship as we were flying by and put us into the ground. We were looking for the site, though. There's a big fucking mine down there.
Kind of look at Oliver as like, that sounds like the Akata.
That's a
Happened
big fucking
Did it-
Akata.
like a month ago? 2 months?
Yeah. Remember the one that came out running at us when we were trying to get back to the tower when all that happened?
Nope, I repressed that memory. But thank you for reminding me, Voss.
Fuck's sake.
Lanterns
All right.
flicker again. And she goes, oh yeah, and the tide's through here. There's a current that is fucking strong. I mean, thankfully most of us are resistant, but we brought down a couple of the humies from up top, and it did not go well for them. Let me tell you, we killed them day 2.
Right.
Hey,
Let's
how
make
long are
this
you
quick,
staying
then.
for? And she looks to Oliver immediately after saying that.
Not long. Not
Oh.
long. We
Like at night?
calm down.
Your mom walks up through the long tunnel of metal, goes, East, back to work, leave him alone. She goes, but Ma, what did I say? Okay, I got you. Yeah, right. She turns around, walks off. Your mother walks up. Do you have a description for Voss's mother?
Yeah, she is all black, just like the rest of us, but I'm sorry. Yeah, she's all black like the rest of us, but she has like a mantle of white feathers
Okay.
that goes like down her back.
And how long has it been since you've seen her? Like, we talking years?
Did she come? Did she come to my graduation?
No.
Okay, then it's probably been.
One of your brothers came, but she said she couldn't make it. She sent a gift, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it was.
Now you know why.
Probably been 3.5 years.
She walks up. She gives you a hug and says, welcome back to the clutch. It's been trying, for sure. As you can see,
I didn't realize things were this bad.
it wasn't bad until a couple months ago. East said 2. It's been about 1.5, 2 months. We got attacked by some creature. We were setting up the mine here, and whatever it is dove through the tides before warning, grabbed the side of the ship and tore it open. Crashed us into the ground. Didn't stick around though. Just left. I don't know if it meant to attack us. We didn't get a good look, but I have a feeling from the skin that we found, and she kind of walks into the ship with you, and we'll move over to the ship scene. She walks up out of the inside here, like basically main deck right here, and that's open through here. They've built metal across the top of the deck to canopy that in, and from then out of the main deck where you guys are walking in is just a metal hallway. So we took all the scrap we could off the lower part, built a little bit of a covering. We've been scavenging for new metals to rebuild the ship. We have 2 of the brothers up top. They are fucking trying their best to find anything to get this up and running, but the tide engine's shot.
Does the tide engine use a soul? Is it
No.
fettered?
No, just runs off of what's ever in the tides and burns it up. Runs black, like soot and shit comes off of tide runners. That's why the red cap engines look like they do. He goes, she goes, so we're in a little bit of a predicament, but it's wonderful to see you. We've found some amazing stuff down here.
Well, actually, Mum, that's part of the reason that I came down. You see, things are happening up top, and I was hoping I could get a hold of something out of the stash.
I mean, you know, whatever's the family is yours, as long as you trade something in equivalent.
Right. I don't know that I'll have something.
She goes, hold on. Who's he?
This, Mum, is Captain Oliver Hastings of the Whisper.
Oh, the famed
Air Marshal.
Hastings.
He's an air marshal, and he is part of my companion group that I've been running with the last couple of, well, a year and a half now, so to speak, after I graduated.
She leans in close to Oliver. If Oliver's talking, even when he says who he is or says hi, she leans in and goes and takes like a big smell of him. And when she's near, you hear a noise, and she takes hair from you and eats it. And licks it and goes, I see. He was sick with the tide for some time. He tasted it.
That's how it was.
A little bit.
And who are you? After he gave the introduction, she just looks dead at you and says, and who are you?
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Captain Oliver Hastings of the Whisper, Air Marshal in service in the Hand of Air, and I am looking for 2 things in particular that make one.
I mean, nuts and bolts? Like what exactly do you mean by that?
I'm looking for
Mum.
ether.
Those are solid. They're in a station, and they transport information through salted pipes that spirits go through. I'm sorry, if you look around, we're all fucking out of those.
Mum,
Yes.
Good point.
again, I don't have anything I can trade for this right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's always something to trade.
Well, I mean, there is. I'd like to get the ship up and running again, if that would work.
Well, let me take you to the engine and let's see if you still want to promise that shit.
All right.
Voss, there are some spare parts we could spare from the Whisper to aid you in repairing the Carrion cross.
Appreciate it, Gov. Let me see what the damage is first before we go for that. I've got a couple ideas up my sleeve, but to be honest, what I'm asking her for is expensive. It's but getting the ship up and running again might do it. So as we're walking, like I'm gonna take a couple of steps forward so that I'm next to her and not next to Oliver. And I'm like, Mom, I need that set of dwarven mirrors.
I'm sorry, what?
You know, the ones in the stash. That's what I need. I mean, it's not exactly a trade because I'd want to get the ship up and running again anyway, but
I scavenged those from one of the last resisting clans in the north. That was the longest flight that Cross has ever been on.
I know. But that's the only thing that's going to work for what we need. Look,
who are they
Mom,
for? Are they for you or him?
They're for him and his mother.
Oh, you have parents. I didn't
Mom.
know you had parents. I figured, most
Mom.
brothers. Yes?
Mom.
I kind of look at Oliver and like kind of give a questioning nod, like, can I tell her?
What? That she's part of the Fey Courts?
He's a... Yeah.
Yeah, I know
He's a
the
prince of
Hastings.
summer.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
She like does it like an about face and like rubs her beak, and you can see that her wings are covered in razor blades on the backside, like dangling, and they like tinkle like wind chimes. She turns back around like sharply and close, like no beak to nose with Oliver, and goes, "Why in the shit did you bring a prince of the courts here?"
I told you. I'm looking for this thing.
I mean, aren't you magical? Can't you just speak to any of your fucking bloodline? Huh? And she pokes you like on the like badge with the wings on it, or maybe through the true faith? Are you one of those unmagical fuckers?
I haven't exactly found the extent of my powers yet. Complicated situation. My mother kind of hid it from me because she didn't want me involved with the Fae.
Same reason I sent my boy to the Emerald. Oh, I get that. Okay, that
Exactly.
your mom's fucking smart, is what that is. She's very smart.
She is. She's also rich.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna just put that out there. She's rich.
Your family's rich. And she backs up and she gives like distance immediately. Rich.
Mom,
Are we talking?
you honestly think I'd bring somebody here that couldn't help us out?
Are you talking rich like, hey, I own my own house? Are you talking like rich like, hey, I own my own fleet of fucking ships?
Rich like she
That's up,
owns a hotel in New Boulevard.
Boss, your beak is moving.
that
I
has-
need it more taped
has
shut,
wood.
like when you were 5 and chewing on the wood
That
sticks.
has
I need you to be
wood
more
for
like that right
walls.
now. I need you more like that. More sealy, less beaky.
Yes, Captain.
Thank you. Go look at the engine. I'm gonna talk to your friend here while you're in there
Right.
pretending to fix shit. See how your education actually works.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome home, fucker.
Well, you paid for half of it, so let's hope you get at least half of what it's worth.
Oh my
And I
god.
keep walking.
So
Like,
she goes.
all of it. Have fun.
She goes, follow me, Mr. Hastings. And she takes you down to the downstairs into the dining area, into the little mess area here. There's like 4 people, and there's like, all you fucking out. I'm like, wow, well, we're eating. She goes, boom, and knocks it off the table. She's like, no, you're not. You're like, yes, matron. And they all walk out. So, take a seat. Would you like some Volg mead? Are you more of an elven boy? Do you want elven mead? Would you like ale? Would you like some dark water? Dark water is one of my favorites. Straight from the court of night.
Would you happen to have any whiskey?
Did you just ask if a sailor has fucking wit? Jesus. She walks over, she opens a cupboard, She hits the panel and opens a metal cupboard, and she pulls out a bottle and sets it down. It's got like wax dripping over it. On the front of it is a human like this, holding a cannonball between his fists, smiling over top of it. Because it's my favorite. Only human drink I ever drink.
I'll gladly take a glass of that. Though.
Excellent. She pours it. It is fucking tar black and just as thick.
So it's like Kraken.
No, I mean literally the consistency of pouring like tar. She goes and
Okay.
she takes a spoon and sticks a spoon in it and hands it to you. And she just drinks it with her beak, you know, and like the beak clanking against the glass. She looks at you. It's all black on her face. And she wipes it in her black feathers. You can notice there's a oily like stain on this arm for where she has done this numerous times. Enjoy.
He'll pick up the glass, take the spoon, and
Smells like black licorice.
he'll scoop it. Why is it licorice, Eric? Why is it licorice?
Because Malort
Because
It's horrible.
Vogue like all the things that humans usually don't. Pickled stuff,
Fuck.
weird things. I mean, dude, they find dead things and pickle them and eat them later because they think it tastes better. They are vultures.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna.
Don't worry, it tastes better than it smells. For you.
He'll just power it down.
So, I need a fortitude save.
Whole thing.
And everybody you have 3 hero points. We did get enough hero points on Friday because we reset the bar. Everybody has hero points. We won't talk about the 140 something that I have. You want to spend a hero point?
26.
Okay, you chug it down. It is rough. But once it's in your stomach, it is super warming. And it actually, the aftertaste is good. It doesn't taste like black licorice in, but it tastes like normal whiskey after that. And it just lingers.
That's actually quite good.
I know. We think I'd offer a noble of the court some shitty fucking whiskey.
Thank you for that.
All right, here's the deal.
Smells like black teeth.
Yes. He's like, let's get down to good old wisp tax. Here's the deal. I want a new ship.
A whole new ship.
No, just a fucking half of one. Yes, a whole new ship. In fact, what type of question's that? Who wants half a ship? Okay, I am a Volg. We would scavenge half a ship. But I would like a whole ship.
Method of propulsion?
Nah, my kid will fix this one. I just fucking with him. She goes, think on it. And she goes over to the back, opens a door into a small room, comes back, the food stuff, and she sets down, I'm assuming like wrapped in like old fur, like fur from a creature. It's like brown and white. And there are 2 eyes on it from whatever they cut it off of. And she sets it down and goes, these are the dwarven Mias. Quaggeth fur. It keeps him safe.
Oliver, may I touch the mirror?
Yeah, it's a negotiation. Of course you touch the fucking mirrors. You can lick them. I don't give a shit.
You know how fragile the mirrors were. And
She
he
pulls
picks
it
up
out
the
and goes, and hands it to you.
He takes it,
Just black
Kind of like-
saliva on it.
kind of just smears it around in the sleeve a little bit.
It's good polish.
Um,
So I'm assuming they're like gold, squared off, probably could be used as a weapon.
Absolutely.
Dwarven
And like
mirrors.
the mirror part is actually steel that has been mirror finished. So it doesn't break.
Oh, you just have to repolish it then.
Yep.
Nice. Well, what do you think? Oh, you want to see how they work? And she grabs it and she goes, boom, and flicks it and it goes, whoop, 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 whoop. And then you can see her through it. It's like ghostial blue.
oh, that's fantastic.
I know.
And how do you turn it off? And he flicks it?
Oh, just put it face down.
Oh. Then he
That's all
puts it
you
face
gotta do.
down?
You just gotta put it face down. When you put it face down, it turns off. But Oliver's your first name, right? We're on a first name basis, right?
Certainly.
Shh, that's excellent to hear. Oliver, I will tell you sometimes when you use them, other things answer. They're not quite two-way. They're more like a lot of way. I think the entire family owned them at one point in time. Sometimes you get these dwarven people who answer you. I apologize about that. But sometimes they're real friendly. There's one guy who's a total prick, though. Just gotta be careful with him. He'll like threaten to come out of the mirror and take everything away from you and like, you know, kill you. Like the boogeyman, whatever the hell humans call him. You know those are real, right? Boogeymen are real. Hey, you're a prince of a court. You know that. Boogeymen are real. Everyone has one.
Everyone does have a lot of things that go bump in the night. This is true.
Oh, no. Like everyone's assigned one at birth. What?
That's the first I've heard of it.
What? Do you want to see yours?
I would rather not. Thank you for the offer, though.
All right.
So,
Each their own.
negotiation. A ship in exchange for the mirrors.
Or that. And she points to your pin. I like that or the pin. Your choice.
I would rather give you a ship.
Yeah, but you can get another pin.
This one was given by a respectable man in a higher position within my organization.
I know.
So then,
It was your old marshal's pin. I see the name. It's in there still. Yeah, you can't see it, but they inscribed yours over top of his old name. Real good craftsmanship, but it's there.
so you wish a ship
Or-
for its worth, and the pin for its meaning.
I wish for the pin so that I can find you if anything ever goes wrong with my son.
I think you and I are going to get along quite well.
Well, so the pin would be it. No ship required then. Voss, while this is going on, can you make me a roll to repair that engine?
Yeah, you crafting,
Yeah, absolutely.
or do you want
No crafting. It's
perception
not-
first?
Nope, crafting.
Okay.
You can just look over it. You know what's going on.
It's a nat 20, so 36.
Fuck.
You know that the engine runs. She literally broke it. So you would walk away from this conversation and go fix it.
Months ago?
No, like minutes ago?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I think he's got it working. I told you he'd fix it.
I leaned down.
It's like a pin you had to put back in.
Yeah,
like
I was
a
gonna say,
cotter
I
pin.
leaned down, grabbed the linch pin that you just dropped on the floor, put it back in, snap it shut, and like, done.
For fuck's sake.
And like, I kick it and turn it on.
Boom. All the blackness and dark tides in the area go and get sucked into the engine and spilled out as black smoke, making roughly 60 foot around the site. Tideless.
One loom. Bam.
That being said, Oliver's kind of face gets a little more serious. He goes, "My mother has taught me very well the power that lies within a name."
Oh,
So-
yes. I don't know
See-
true speech, though. You don't have to worry about that.
I would much rather contribute to the expansion of your fleet.
I have 5 ships. I don't need another one.
So then, the pin in
As I walk in, well, you shouldn't have put it on the table then, Mom.
I didn't say which ship yet. I want yours.
So my pin or the whisper?
No.
I didn't say it was a
you
fair
said-
negotiation. Look, your ship is old. It's got parts that I like.
It's also.
It's not a hard choice, unless you got something else to put on the table. And she like raises her wings up, and the wind chimes again, and you hear a on the door. East, if you don't fuck right off. She goes, Mom, the tides are gone. She's like, yeah, the engine's running. Your brother's home. Y'all suck. Continue.
How valuable is water to you? East said something about you needing water.
Oh, the air marshal has the ability to offer water. And she's like kind of mocking you. Do you have the ability to offer water? Is that a real thing?
I could provide a stable supply of water to your location here.
Be better than drinking this swampy stuff that we've had recently. And she like looks to your glass. That's our water, boy. Stable supply.
I could have it sealed
All right. How's it
It's
getting
not
down here?
by the shadows.
How's it gonna get down here? You gonna run it down personally in your little dumb waiter?
In Bathysphere?
Yeah, that's
You
what I
haven't
said. Dumb waiter.
Yes. Only
Those are
you would
super
send
dangerous, man. What happens if that gets cut? It's not water anymore. You just plummet to your death. You can't fly. He barely glides.
I mean, the same would be true if you were going down in a diving suit. You would just splat on the floor.
No one uses diving suits. We use gliders. What the hell's wrong with you?
I.
Do you know what a glider is? You're an air marshal. Wait, your ship doesn't have gliders? They're like the life preservers of the sky. A life preserver is what you float in water with, Oliver.
Yes, I'm.
You're
of the
aware.
arc-
I know. Just poking fun, buddy. So,
So your water is being corrupted, and you return back to the badge of the ship.
or if you can offer me clean water, a steady supply of it, you might have a deal. Give me a diplomacy check. Because I know Oliver's actually good at this. Are you aiding him, Voss, or are you just letting him dig his own grave?
No, I'm going to aid him because she's being kind of a bitch about this.
All right, cool. You're in a -5 at your mom.
That's fine. I don't aid.
I will
He's-
spend a hero point.
All right. She's more testing him than anything else.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Is that worse?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
20.
She goes. The engine's running. Hold on.
Yeah, it's running.
Yeah, I know. I had to see if you actually were worth the money for the college. And she walks out of the
Wow,
room. She
thanks.
shuts the door. She leaves you two in the room. She walks outside, and as soon as she opens it, East is standing out there like this, and she goes, "What did I say about eavesdropping, East?" She goes, "I would lose my ears." Correct? And she boxes her and walks by. And East like okay. A few moments later, your mother comes back. She sets down a single small barrel, like a small one, like that, like a cask, like wine would go in. She goes, "I want one of these filled with real water." That's it. It's got metal bands on it. Nice blonde wood, doesn't look tarnished or stained. Fill this with water, and you have a deal.
Right now.
No, but you obviously can't make water. Jesus, you wouldn't have drank that shit I gave you if you could make water.
I'm a sailor. I don't drink anything that's put in front of me, if I'm being realistic here.
Oh, all right, Voss. Maybe he's a little
Don't-
better than I thought. You
don't-
automatically get a
don't
point
tell her
towards her.
that.
She's already happier with you because you said that.
Don't tell her that.
It's true, Voss. Just, I can't deny the fact that
I know it's true, but you don't dare to tell her that. I'm aware.
Okay.
For fuck's sake, mate.
I will bring back your water in the barrel.
Excellent. If a beak could smile, it would. So, we have a deal. Mirrors are yours. Enjoy them. They're very old. Yeah, I think they're pretty sundering. I mean, the metals, they're so pure, shit don't look like that anymore.
Thank you for the meal.
All right. Well, son, it is great to see you. You should visit more often. You know where we are now. We ain't going anywhere.
Why not? The engine runs. Why have you been here this whole time?
Oh. She goes over, sets down a piece of leather wrapped around something and sets it on the ground. Or sets it on the table between you all. Because of this. Crane got to go deep and it needed to be anchored.
Unwrap it.
Well, first off, to pick it up, I need an athletics check. It is maybe this big.
So what it was for.
You know, she set it down pretty
20
softly. She's not that
25.
strong. 25? It is extremely heavy. Like, the dice for Norse Foundry that we sell, those big
The
heavy
tungsten ones?
times 4.
Unwrap it.
It is this oil slicked black metal. Oh yeah, don't touch it. We found a black fatalis mine.
I was just gonna say, is this Fatalis?
Sure is. And she pulls out a dagger and drops it, and it sinks through the table to the hilt. And then it starts eroding the wood. And she pulls it back out and puts it in the scabbard.
How deep is this?
Well, I can tell you it's another 500 down.
Mom,
We gonna be richer than a fucking Hastings? No offense, son.
None taking.
You can have that piece if you want. For fixing the engine and all.
you're terrible.
Terribly lovely. Terribly lovely. So, if
That
you don't,
being said, I did tune up a little bit, or I've got an idea about how to tune it up. I'm going to do that before I leave. It'll only take a couple minutes.
Oh, excellent. The ship can fly whenever. That crane detaches now. One of your brothers did a pretty good job rebuilding it. Slaps right back on the side of the ship. The metal, we just pull apart and it literally bolts right back on like armor. The hole in that side of the ship is from that large beast, though. That's a real thing.
Got it. Was that so the males are Garrick, he's the bowsman. Vrock, who is named after a demon.
Is he the?
He's the gunner's mate.
He's the gunner's mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a blade beak and he is ruthless with it. And then Arco, who is the youngest, he's our dive foreman and quartermaster because he's that good.
All right.
My job on the ship was carpenter, but Skeech took that over when I left. She is the cook, medic, carpenter.
Jesus, of course, it's all one. She would say Skeech probably did it then.
Okay.
So, here's the deal. I love both of you. I love you, Oliver. I like my son. And we have an agreement. If you fill that barrel, I'll give you the mirrors now in advance. I trust you. Since I got your hair, and she licks it again, I know where you are. She tucks it in her pocket.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
On what?
The barrel.
Okay, we can close on that. Give me a roll.
Fuck.
Are you going to do it in front of your mother, or are you going to wait till you're back to the fucking bathysphere?
Bathysphere.
It would be rude to
I'm
do
doing
it here. They like to hand out
Hang on a
puzzles and
second.
problems. Remember, they like solving them. And they like giving them to people. So I don't know if you want to do that in front of her.
Hang on. Where the hell is?
I think you do it back in the bathysphere, personally.
All right, it's just reach. Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it here.
Okay. So you get on the bat. She escorts you out. Says thank you. It's great seeing you, Voss. Thanks for fixing the engine. You know those cotter pins are a bitch.
You're horrible.
I am lovely, terrible, or terribly.
It's
lovely.
true. So like I do take 10 minutes before I go, and I dial it in with my
Give me a roll.
36 crafting. I did. Like that was what I did to fix it. I was like, this could be a problem. This could be a problem. It's a
you
fucking
didn't-
linchpin.
You critted, yeah. You definitely critted, and you upgrade the engine
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah. So it runs better. It runs pure. Whatever you decide off screen, you can tell me about it. Change the color of the smoke, whatever you want to do. As you walk out,
It
East
thins it out.
East
It thins
walks
out
you.
the smoke a little bit.
East walks you both all the way back to the bathysphere.
East does? Great.
She walks all the way back, and when you get there, and she goes, "Hey Oliver, you have a nice ship?
I think it's a pretty nice ship.
I got like a 24-hour break."
I appreciate the advice.
Oh, it's not an offer. I'd love to see the ship. Oh wait, you thought I was hitting on you? I'm not hitting on you. You already said no earlier. Now I just want to see your ship. If it's actually as big as you say it is.
When it comes to my ship, there's a matter that I need to discuss with Voss prior to you boarding.
You two share a bed?
Only on.
Don't joke about that. She will run with it for days.
I'm just kidding. You guys have a great trip upstairs. Mom said, be well, be good, and remember, if you found it, you own it.
She found it. You own it.
She turns around and she shuts the bathysphere door on you two. Outside the window, one random object of both of you is in her hands. And she walks away.
She
can decide
probably would
what
have
those
pulled a talisman. She probably would have pulled a talisman out of my
Perfect.
my cloak.
Perfect. She has a talisman from you. What did she take from you, Oliver?
Why can't I scroll all the way down?
I don't know. And we'll do this last scene on the bell.
Honestly, it's probably one of the bullets of Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
It's got like a little lightning bolt etched onto the side of the cartridge.
So she takes them both and she sticks them in her beak and swallows them. And you hear ding 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 of the bell inside ringing as she pulls like the you pull to go up and you wait for their response. And she just turns around and
She
walks
swallowed
away.
it. She swallowed an owlbear claw.
Cool. Swallowed it.
So, does your sister usually do that?
Yeah.
Fascinating family you have, Voss.
You have no idea. You haven't even met my brothers. All right, hang on. Set that barrel down.
He just puts the barrel down.
We cast detect magic,
So what
which actually he doesn't cast. He just does.
awesome. I need an Arcana roll. Not religion. Arcana.
Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. 26.
So is the tide start to get lesser and lesser as you go up and you cast your spell and the inky part fills down or drains down out of the tide meter. The camera kind of looks from the outside in, and as you look in the barrel, and it's magical, and you like test it, you pour some water in it, you don't see the water at all. You are positive this is an endless decanter of water. It's just empty.
So how do you fill an endless decanter?
It's an emptied version of an endless decanter of water. As the camera is like on Voss's face through the small portal, and Oliver's are over, you're like dumping water in it, just vanishing.
Voss, your mother is an outstanding and fantastic lady. But she can be a
She is that. Yep, she is that. She is that.
For the final scene, Petunia's face comes through as you guys are getting near surface level after like a 15-minute ride up. And she's like, I'm so sorry that we put you in the wrong spot. Some Volgoner ship said that we should move that east like 100 and something foot. Blue streak of feathers in her hair? Or in her feathers? Blue streak in her I don't know. How does that work? It says her name's Ys.
How the
Something about a glider is better than a dumbwaiter.
We need to
And
get some
that's-
gliders, mate.
Yeah, we
Oh, what exactly did you want to talk to me about before my sister got on the ship before we got here?
I can't for the life of me recall.
Oh, was that just an excuse to not have her come up with us?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure there wasn't anything we had to talk about.
As it
Don't
gets up-
fuck my sister.
As it gets up and pulls, as that you say, don't fuck my sister, and it lands down, the door opens. Ys is standing there with 8 gliders. Mom said to drop this off for you 2 idiots.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
I ain't sticking around. Your boat? Much bigger than I thought. And she grabs her glider and jumps off the bow of the ship into the tides.
Yeah, they're always like that.
Each one of them has like your name etched in the wood on the side. Like they're personalized for you and your group, and then the rest are regular. Oliver's has a bunch of blue feathers that hang in front on the bar that goes across the glider. And they do collapse into like a box.
Voss, is there anything special about the blue feathers?
Yeah, they're hers, mate. It's so you remember her.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. You can fuck my sister. It's fine. And he walks away.
I think on that, that's where we end this short side quest, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us and watching this. This is our first one back on YouTube. You'll notice this border is green and the other one is black and white. I'm super excited. We got to record this on my birthday, which is fucking awesome. And now we're going to go watch a movie with everyone on our Discord. Like always,
That Alan hasn't seen.
the Alan hasn't seen. We're watching Aliens, and Alan hasn't seen it. I know this is gonna be like for those who see it Tuesday, but we're breaking the mold, and we're giving him a chance to watch a movie that is one of the best of all time. And you'll know where all the one-liners come from. But thank you guys for joining me as always. We started last season with you, started this season with you, and my girl just brought home some pizza. If you don't know about Norse Foundry, check the links below. You get 15% off for using Ethauntia in all caps. And we have a lot of cool things coming over the next couple of months for our second season. I am super excited. It's great to be back. And I guess we'll see you all in a week on the next Tuesday for the second show. Yeah?
Sweet.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
Goodbye.
Look up. Thank you for watching the new episode of SideQuest for Season 2. If you're wanting to see more of our great things that we produce, all the YouTube links are down below. And don't forget, the tides will come for you.